Imagine a near-empty train carriage approaching midnight. Arvi is on the Katgodam Express, traveling alone through the quiet S3 coach to Delhi. The silence is broken when a young man named Kabir sits opposite her. He carries an old diary, striking up a conversation, first about the empty train, then about tea, and eventually their favorite books. They form an immediate bond. Arvi explains she is traveling to finish an incomplete story, and Kabir smiles, noting that he is on the exact same mission. This sequence mirrors the start of a classic romance. The empty car, the shared tea, and the talk of destiny build a specific expectation of serendipity and safety. The tone shifts when the train enters a tunnel. The carriage plunges into total darkness as the power fails, cutting off the world outside. In the pitch black, Kabir reaches out and holds Arvi's hand, offering a silent gesture of comfort to calm her fear. Then the lights flicker back on. A fresh, vivid bloodstain is smeared across Kabir's jacket. As Kabir tries to hide the stain, Arvi sees his open diary. Taped to the final page is a 2-year-old photograph of her, with today's date, July 30th, scrawled in heavy ink underneath. The blood on the jacket and the photo in the diary change everything. The charming stranger is now a visible threat, and the journey is no longer a romance, it's a pursuit. In a panic, Arvi quickly retreats to the washroom, her heart racing. She locks the heavy door and frantically dials her mother. This timeline tracks a disappearance from Nainital exactly 2 years ago today. Arvi stammers into the phone, asking about the details of that case, desperate to find a link to the photo in the diary. The network signal drops before her mother can answer. The line is dead just as the sound of footsteps stops directly outside the washroom door. Arvi is trapped, staring at a date and photo placing her exactly where her life went blank 2 years ago. Every second she spends in this carriage brings her closer to the threat that caused that first blackout. Kabir corners Arvi in the narrow train corridor. He holds out the diary, presenting it as a collection of evidence, dates, sightings, and names, compiled to find a missing witness. This illustrates Kabir's claim. 2 years ago, Arvi was a victim on this train, losing her memory. Kabir was the sole witness. The diagram shifts to the actual threat, the ticket checker, hiding crimes behind an official badge. Just as the terrifying truth is revealed, the ticket checker violently strikes Kabir from behind, knocking him hard to the floor. Arvi had been running from her only protector, while the person she was taught to trust was the predator waiting in the shadows. As Kabir falls, a small metallic knife he carried for defense slides across the floor. Arvi doesn't hesitate. She snatches the blade from the floor and strikes back at the ticket checker. When the train reaches the next station, the police are waiting. The ticket checker is finally identified and arrested for a multi-year string of robberies and disappearances. By striking back, Arvi changes the outcome of the night. 2 years ago, she was a victim left in the dark. Tonight, she is the one standing when the police arrive. On the quiet station platform, the chaos settles. Arvi walks over to Kabir, whose arm is now wrapped in a bandage. She tells him she owes him a coffee for saving her life, twice. Kabir smiles and asks her to promise one thing, that this time she won't let go of his hand. Confronting the source of a nightmare is often the only way to stop it. By returning to the place where her memory was stolen, Arvi finally closes the loop on an unfinished story.